All 10 secret rares for Phantom Nightmare are here. Check out our friends at Kong's Cards. All of your pre-sales that you are going to need on Phantom Nightmare are going to be up this afternoon. If you use discount code MCO40, you will get the chance to save on your purchase. You need deck cores, you need the best staples from this set. They'll have you on everything. So discount code MCO40, I'll leave a link down below so you can grab yours today. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome. We'll start off with Horus, the Black Flame Deity. Yeah, this thing actually is kind of interesting. So if you control a Horus monster and a King's Sarcophagus, we can reveal this card from our hand, send one card from the hand or field to the graveyard, send one card on the field to the graveyard. And then if a face-up Horus monsters you control, except for Horus, the Black Flame Deity, or a face-up King's Sarcophagus you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect during damage, or except during damage step, you can special summon this guy from your hand and then send all other monsters on the field to the graveyard. And that's on a 3,1800. You also have field spell interactions with this thing. I don't think this is going to be too expensive. If you choose to play this in the Horus deck, it typically ends up being a one of, if anything. Alright, a lot of the secrets in this set are going to be very low impact, which is kind of interesting in terms of design, but okay, so yeah, value in the Horus card. Next up is Lo, the Voiceless Prayers best card that you could ever want. If you ritual summon exactly one light ritual, warrior or dragon, with a card effect that requires monsters, you can use Lo as the entire tribute. This card is so good. On normal spell, you can place one Voiceless Voice continuous spell and trap card face up in your spell and trap card zone. So good. And then if a face up light ritual monster is, including warrior dragon, is special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. 50 attack points on a 20-50 defense. That doesn't really matter all that much. The Lo's entire purpose is to interact with the Skull Guardian, create this relatively huge boss monster with 4,100 attack points. I think this card's going to be expensive, honestly. I think a lot of people are kind of underestimating the value that you have with this. I think a lot of people are going to be shocked. I'm not going to be surprised if we see $30, $40. Something's got to hold in the secret department. Next up is the Black Goat Laughs. I love this card name so much. So we can declare one monster name. Alright, in this turn, neither player can special summon monsters with the original name, except from the graveyard. Okay, so that's pretty good. Any name, by the way, you declare it. Alright, you can banish this card from the graveyard, declare one monster name. This turn, neither player can activate the effects of monsters on the field with that original name. You can only use one, the Black Goat Laughs effect per turn, only once per turn. This is the upcoming tech trend for Labyrinth. A lot of Labyrinth players are going to be looking at this card. I think everything else in Labyrinth is already kind of up in the air in terms of being expensive. We might see a little bit of a back off in this. Anything is really possible in terms of the value out here for these secrets, but I don't know. Looking at this card, wouldn't be surprised to see 30, 40 also on it. Like, it's one of the better cards in the set. Next up is the Goblin Biker Grand Entrance. And to be honest with you, I think this is going to be a good-looking secret. So we can add one Goblin monster from our deck to our hand, and then we can apply one of the following effects. So we can detach one Exceed material from a monster on either field. I love all these cards that detach from either field. And you do special summon one level 4 lower Goblin monster from your hand. Ooh, scary. Then we can banish this card from the graveyard, detach an Exceed material monster from either field, and then add a Goblin monster from your graveyard to your hand. So basically, the best thing about this is the fact that you're going to have the Ultra Sneak Peek version of this too. I don't foresee this card going over like maybe $15. Realistically, it should be $5, but once again, you have a set where a lot of people are going to throw their money around, especially looking at something like this, and they're going to be like, well, something has to hold in terms of value. And it's also a Rhoda, you know. Rhoda cards typically do end up being worth something. Next up is the Goblin Biker Big Gabunga, Unga Bunga, level rank 3 machine, Beast Warrior. If this card is Exceed Summon, this card is Exceed Summon, we can add a Goblin monster from our deck to our hand. Woo! It adds a Goblin monster. If a material is detached from a monster on the field, except during the damage step, you can target one face-up monster on the field, except this card. Attach it to this card as material. And then during the end phase, we can attach a goblin monster from our deck to this card as material. Unga Bunga, 2100 Biker, go brr. Yeah, this card, I can't justify this card. Like, this card should be relatively cheap. I'm sorry, like, that I don't have, like, the skills to tell you that this card's going to be good, because I don't think it is. I don't think that... It is what it is. Like, cool rank 3. Cheap. Next up is the pack bit, and it actually remained in that Enigmaster pack bit. That's kind of cool. So level 8, 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner. On synchro summon or sent to the graveyard. We can target 1 monster in your graveyard, or 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Discard a card, and if you do, we can place that monster in the owner's spell and trap card as a continuous trap card. Yeah, this was supposed to be for Centurion. During either player's turn, if there's a continuous trap card, you can special summon 1 face-up monster card in your spell and trap card zone. You can only use each effect of Enigmaster pack bit per turn. This card failed in the OCG. It's a cute little tech choice for sure. But the application they were trying to get you to play this in doesn't really see play. Once again, it was aimed for Centurion, and it doesn't really feel good in Centurion. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe something will come of this. Next up is the Magispector Orthrus Nue. 2 pendulum monsters, including a Magispector. You weren't getting away with, thinking you were going to cheese this on out. On Link Summon, we can add 2 face-up Magispector pendulum monsters from the extra deck to the hand. Then you can add up to 2 Magispector Pendulum monsters with different names from your deck to your face-up extra deck. And then you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except for Magispector or Draco Slayer monsters. They were very kind to you, and they allowed you to, use the Draco Slayer stuff that you've already been kind of eyeballing a little bit to kind of speed up some of the process for this. I think the card's pretty good. Alright, I'm totally down with making this card, especially if you're like trying out some of these more combo-oriented things. You can make some pretty interesting end boards with this. So, good job, Konami, on this. I think this card, being a secret's a little bit of a miss, but Magispector support was very, very nice to actually have in this set. Next up is the Eruption Dragon of Extinguished Flames. I'm going to step on you, dragon. The Ashen cards. During the main phase, if this card is in your hand, you can target 1 card in a field zone, special summon this card to your opponent's field, and if you do, destroy that card. And then you can add to your hand 1 Ashen continuous trap card from your deck. If this card is sent from the opponent's field to the graveyard, you can destroy all monsters on the field. My initial thought on this is, like, it's cool, maybe I can blow up a gear town with this. Woo! Value, ancient gear support, baby! I don't know, it's a free board wipe. I need to see what the rest of the support does in 2 months, but for now, this archetype is booty! Alright, booty! Still doesn't mean I'm not going to pick it up in case of the future support. I'm actually scared of what they could actually do for this deck, alright? It could get better. Next up is Iron Thunder. Wow, this card looks beautiful as a secret rare. So this is when a spell and trap card or monster effect is activated on the field. You can pay half of your life points, negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Then destroy any other card in the same column as the destroyed card was, that are in the monster zone or spell and trap card zone. This is what was referred to as the Solemn Judgment of the set. And I think this card is actually incredibly strong. I see a lot of stun decks are going to look at this card. They're going to give this card a shot. And as a secret rare, it's probably going to hold a $10, $15 price tag, realistically. Especially with, a lot of things that people are kind of looking at with this. Yeah, I think we'll have to wait and see. Honestly, this is one of those cards that I think stun players like me are going to have a good time with. About time we finally get this card, by the way. And our last secret rare is the Mutamorphosis. And they actually made this a secret rare, which is kind of wild to me. But you contribute 1 fusion or synchro monster. Special summon 1 monster from your deck with the same level as the tributed monster's original level, but return it to the hand during the end phase. You can only activate 1 Mutamorphosis per turn. The TCG valued this card enough to make it a secret rare, which maybe there's something to this. I don't personally think there is. We'll have to wait and see, honestly, but I feel like they missed the mark on these secret rares. I'm just going to be honest with you. You got a lot of cheap value, and I think that's fine. Leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.